This is the way. You be watching. Thank you for watching mine. We're going to be breaking down Apostate, Chapter 17 of The Mandalorian. I loved it. We'll just get right off the bat there. There's a few things that were a little nitpicky, and we'll dive into that in a second, but we're going to mix it up. If you've been watching along, following my reviews, typically I'll do top 3 moments with the Bad Batch. There's more than 3 moments. We're going to open up top 10 moments of Chapter 17, The Mandalorian. Let's get right into it because I know you guys are all eager to see, what happened, anything you might have missed, some Easter eggs, and some predictions moving forward. So, Mandalorian Chapter 17, The Apostate. And I've had a hard time saying that, so I messed that up. Stick with me. So, first thing I loved was seeing IG-11, right? And this is number 10. I thought it was kind of annoying that they're not allowing people to die, right? We did it with Darth Maul. We did it with Reva. It's like Disney refuses to kill people, even droids. Like, the droid's dead. I get that Mando wants to be with, the guy that he trusts. He doesn't really like droids, but if they bring him back, kind of cheapens the sacrifice that he had. It was cool seeing his tribute in the town square. And so I really like that. We got to see, reference to IG-11. He saved Baby Yoda's life. I thought that was really cool. And as we go through this, guys, let me know what you guys thought of the episode. Obi-Wan, what's up? Charlie, what's up? Good to see you guys. And let me know your guys' thoughts down below, or your top 10 moments. If I go through this and I miss any, or you're like, Paul, you suck, you were way off, we can go over that as well. Let's dive into some more. Number 9, aliens. And I don't have a picture here because there's just a ton of aliens. And I think that Dave and John and anyone producing the show was like, yo, we got to get some more aliens up in this show. People want aliens. So we saw a Mon Calamari, we saw Nikto, we saw a Trandoshan, right? All the different pirates. We saw new alien species in the Captain Gorian Shard. And I think that's really important. We saw the Anzellans. We saw different droids. And I think that makes it feel a lot more Star Wars. I think that's why when we got placed right in Navarro, we were like, boom, this is it. This is Star Wars. This feels like, honestly, I think Navarro would be a great place for Disney to utilize the parks to be, as like that's what we're in as instead of Batu or whatever they're in. So number 9, aliens. Love seeing that. To that point, Zellans. I wanted to call this one out because I thought this scene was funny. Mando's like Elf. If anyone's seen Elf with Will Ferrell, and he's just sitting in there with all the little tiny guys, this little scene right here was super fun. Seeing him interact. I honestly think Babu Frick. I don't know. Babu Frick was probably one of the highlights of the sequels when he's like, hey. So seeing some Anzellans was super cool. Love that species. Those little guys are cute. And then when Baby Yoda gave him a nice little hug, little sweet Baby Yoda, gave him a hug. I was like, gosh, they know how to win our hearts. Just get Baby Yoda snuggling up next to Mando, which is going to be up here soon. Number 7, pirates. If you guys thought that we were going to see Hondo, let me know. I thought we would see Hondo when they mentioned pirates, but it's just, a bunch of literal scallywags. This guy had a scabbard on his hip. I thought that was something that was a little bit not Star Wars. I think at one point he says like ahoy matey or something to that effect, which isn't necessarily Star Wars, but at the same time, I do love seeing aliens. I love the idea of, essentially a new antagonist. And who is this Gorian Shard guy going to be? I think that leaves, I'll get to it in a little bit later, but that leaves a whole new playing field of what we could see Mando fighting in addition to everything he's got to go and do on Mandalore. Number 8, High Magistrate Grief Karga. This guy has got some swag, right? Like, how much swag does this guy have? As soon as the droid messes up, he's like, it's High Magistrate. He's got this nice robe on. Like, I know what I'm being for Halloween. I'm being High Magistrate Grief Karga. I think that the little nods to Cara Dune is really cool, right? She's getting adopted into Special Forces, even though we know she was canceled, unfortunately. We know that Moff Gideon is doing a New Republic Tribunal or something to that effect. And so they're able to really weave in and tie in a lot of loose knots from season 2, catch us up and get us ready for season 3. So a lot that they fit in this episode. This one I thought was super fun. The opening and entrance of the armorer really reminded me a lot of Game of Thrones. And if you've seen, the parts where they're with like the sand snakes, I thought that whole landscape of where this alligator turtle came out of was a lot like that, right? And the character looked kind of Games of Thronesy. I think the houses and the clans, right? Mandalorian clans, the houses of Westeros have a lot of really similar feel. And so I thought that was, maybe not intentional, but something that I took away with it. And then watching this thing just wreck Mandalorians was also really cool. And seeing Mando come in with his N1 starfighter and just blow it up was also really cool. Really love that. And this is the way. This is the way, guys. Number 4, Grogu's cuteness. Grogu's cuteness. When he snuggled up into Mando in this picture, in this scene right here, right? Anyone who's had a dog, anyone who's had a cat or just a pet or a child knows what that feeling's like. It looks like Mando is nodding off and taking a nap. And so Grogu's like, yo, I'm going to snuggle up next to dad. I just saw some Purrgil. It's kind of scary, Got to cozy up. So between Grogu, getting that little red jelly bean, hugging the Anzellan, Grogu getting all nice and close to his dad, I think they've got the formula down on how to get fans leaning in, saying, oh, that's so cute. Oh, wow, cool. Mando just blew someone up. To that point, Purrgil, right? We're going to get some really cool tie-ins, I think, and I don't think that this was an accident. If you remember the Purrgil, they're essentially from Rebels. We get introduced to them in season 2. If you don't remember them, I'll link down in the description to the video that I made, giving you a little bit of backstory as to how they were introduced and what they do and why they play a big role in the Star Wars lore. But the Purrgil, I thought, were really cool. And right, just kind of like ethereal, right? You're going through hyperspace and it's like, boom, who's these big whale-like squids? It's the Purrgil. Number 2, Kalevala Castle, getting to see Bo-Katan, getting to see her castle. We saw Kalevala with Pre Vizsla and his whole clan in the Death Watch in the Clone Wars. So we're getting some Clone Wars, we're getting some Rebels, we're getting some sequels. Like everything's really getting tied into this really nicely. And I really thought just seeing her sitting there chilling, like all grouchy and worried that she doesn't have the Darksaber, I think that was really cool character. I think it was a really cool set design, and I'm excited to explore Kalevala Castle a little bit more. It's a system within Mandalore, and so he's really close to Mandalore when he's with her, and she's really close to Mandalore as well. So seeing Bo-Katan, seeing her essentially just kind of like grouchy, like, I was going to be the leader, and then I lost the Darksaber. Wham. Kind of a baby, but I kind of think Bo-Katan's hot too. So don't tell anyone I said that. Number 1, the N1 Starfighter, seeing him wreck the pirates and kind of what was like that Attack of the Clones scene going between the meteors, seeing him wreck that big giant alligator type thing. I thought that was super cool. Seeing him just being in there with Grogu. This, like, I love the sounds that this thing makes. I love how it fights. I love seeing it go into just super speed. So anytime I see that N1 Starfighter, I'm like, man, I'm glad we don't have the Razor Crest as cool as that was. There's no way the Razor Crest is taking down all of those pirates in the way that the N1 Starfighter was able to take it down. So there you have it. Top 10 moments of Chapter 17, Apostate. We got a couple more things that we'll cover, so let's dive into them real quick. If you haven't yet, join the Republic Army. I got a Discord group if you want to just carry on the conversation. And if you want to train like a trooper, I've got a free 12-week training program. You can join that down below in the description. Future episode predictions. I think we get 6+ seasons. The introduction of a new pirate, a new antagonist, means that we're going to have a lot more arcs and character development than just a Moff Gideon or a Mandalore. So I think we see that, and Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have alluded to that as well. Then obviously Rebel tie-ins. I think Sabine, potentially Ezra, both really good candidates to see here with the Purrgil, potentially Grand Admiral Thrawn, but I think they might save that for Ahsoka. But that's what I got, guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Let me know what you thought of the episode. If you loved it, let me know. If you are a Mando fan like me, this is the way. Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys on the next Mandalorian breakdown. We'll do that next week on Wednesday. Try and do it at normal time. I'm getting married this month, so it's a little bit crazy. And then we'll break down Bad Batch tomorrow night when we get a little bit more time in this crazy time with Star Wars. We're literally dropping 2 episodes of brand new shows on a Wednesday. Gotta love it. Gotta love you guys. Gotta love Star Wars. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Be sure and subscribe for more Mandalorian content, more Star Wars, and I'll see you guys later. This is CT3939 signing out. Catch you guys on the next Trooper transmission. Later, y'all.